So let's get started, okay? I figured I'd come today because tomorrow I'm in an all-day financial planning session, so I won't be able to come live tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure to reach out and get some information to you regarding the next topic, and that is about being focused. So, focused. There I go. See what happens when you're not focused, right? And you are scattered and there's a lot of things going on and you don't feel present and you almost feel foggy and out of the element that you're supposed to be in right now. So, of course, that's what I was acting like at that particular moment. Am I focused on what I am doing right now? And the answer is absolutely yes. Do I have other things going on in my mind about science projects and my daughter and what the day is going to happen today and all of that? Absolutely. Don't we all? So the first thing I want you to do is give yourself permission to have moments in time that you're not truly focused, that you're not truly 100%. It's okay. So this morning I woke up with a bit of a headache. There must be a sinus or a cold. And I gave myself permission to go back and lay down for an extra hour. And I feel so much better because I did that. Okay, so that's one of the things, is that really trying to be focused on the moment. It sounds so daunting, right? I can't be focused because I have all this other stuff going on. But if we could own the moment that we're in right now, that truly is going to make a difference in our lives. So right now I'm here with you. I'm here with you for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so to give you some information around being focused and being able to allow yourself times in your day to be focused and truly sit and plan. What are those times? The other day I met with a new client and I was so excited to meet with her. And we were talking about time blocking. And that was one of the things that will help her be more focused in her day. And I had her step back and say, how many hours during the week do you truly need to be focused at work? What are those hours and what does that look like? How many hours during that week do you need buffer time, things to just get things done? Or are you scheduling in your free time? By sitting back and doing your planning, it's going to help you be more focused for the future, right? So in the morning, I have some time on my calendar that I know that if something happens like today, I have the room to move it around if I need to. And then there's other things in my day that are just non-negotiable. There's no way that they're going to be moved. And those are my focus times. Our buffers, we can move around a little bit, okay? So think about that. Now, it's interesting when I think about time. Time is the only thing that we can't buy more of. It's the only thing we can't buy more of. So if we're not focused or showing up the way we need to show up and owning how we're showing up at that time, we're not going to get that back. So even if you're not feeling well or you're having a bad day, embrace the feeling that you're having at that particular time, because we're not going to get that moment back again, okay? So when we think of the things in our lives that truly are time wasters, that's what I wanted to talk about. What are the things in your life that are time wasters? Now, I know I have things in my life that when they creep up, they are time wasters. But I own the fact that they're there. I let them stay as long as I need them to stay, and then I move on, okay? So one of the biggest things is if I don't know how I'm showing up, like what is my priority of the day, that will be a time waster, because then I will just go through the day kind of wishy-washy. And I use my power word to anchor my week. So while I'm reflecting on that in the morning, it helps me remember what the priorities are for the week. All right. So that's the first thing that I find is a time waster if I don't have my priorities in line or I don't know what they are. The other thing that I find is that a lot of times, when I'm talking to friends or clients or even myself, if I don't get that spark of inspiration, right? Oh, I'm really just not feeling it. We're not always going to be aligned with that big spark to make us get things done. Sometimes things just need to get done. And knowing what that is and being able to control that by our feelings of knowing what our feeling is around that, that will help us not get caught into that vortex of looking for the perfect opportunity to get things done. The third thing is when we are doing everything for everyone and we're not setting our boundaries and we're saying yes before we even look at our calendar and look at the plan ahead that we have. And I'm telling you, it's okay if there is nothing on your calendar on a Saturday morning and somebody asks you, hey, do you want to do this? And you immediately say yes because there's nothing on your physical calendar, but you truly wanted to embrace the fact that there was nothing on the calendar. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no because then you could be more focused. If you're sitting there doing something that you really didn't want to do, it's just, you're distracted, okay? So it's okay to say no. It's a healthy yes when you say no sometimes. And it's all right to take a step back and say, you know what, let me think about that, or let me check my calendar and can I get back to you? So not really doing everything for everybody. And the other thing around that, and I find that I could be guilty of this, our youngest is 13 and I do a lot of things for her. And I do them because I absolutely love being a mom and I love being a wife and taking care of the people in my life that I love. But a lot of times those things could be done by them or other people. So allowing other people to do for themselves is really important, or help you out. So I always bring our daughter up to the bus stop because I really, really love doing that. And this morning, like I said, I wasn't feeling that well. And this time my husband offers all the time, but this time I actually said yes. I would love the fact if you could do that. And it was awesome. So I was able to focus on what I needed right now, and it definitely wasn't a time waster. And not that bringing her to the bus stop is a time waster, but I needed the rest this morning. So now I'm more focused for the day. Another thing is fear. Fear is I think, one of the biggest time wasters is when we're afraid of something. And normally when we're afraid or you find yourself afraid, think about it. Why are you afraid? Is it usually because of the unknown? What's going to happen if I do this? And a lot of times, if we sit back and you ask yourself, what if I do something and nothing bad happens? And I've had this experience of that, being able to do that. So fear, false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So it's usually the unknown. So allow yourself to research and see what it's all about. And get comfortable with the fact that there may be things in your life that you're afraid to do. And don't beat yourself up if you're afraid to do them. But if you truly want to do them, breaking through that comfort zone is really going to bring you so many results that you're truly going to love. So like when I go and I speak, I have to say, every single time that I'm ready to go and do a talk the night before, I get a little nervous. And I'm getting better at it because I know that in the end results, I always really have great feedback from my talks. So it's okay. But it's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of the room. How's the room going to be set up? How many people are going to be there? Am I going to have enough handouts? What if I don't have enough handouts? What if somebody's disengaged? You know, like all of these what ifs. And then I just handle them one at a time. If I know that the room setup makes me nervous, then I find out how is the room set up and is it able to be set up a certain way that I feel comfortable. So now I've already handled that one thing. That helps me not get so nervous. And that helps not waste time on something that I can't change if I don't ask about it, okay? So think about that. How is fear guiding you or not allowing you to be more in your life? Okay, another time waster is complaining. Okay, so now sometimes we need to get things off our chest, right? And that's okay. But if we're constantly complaining over and over again, think about how much time is wasted on something that if we can't control it, then there's nothing we could do about it, right? If we can control it, how are we going to handle that particular situation? Again, knowledge is power and it brings us clarity. So if we're complaining about something, let's figure out what we could do about it so we don't need to complain about it anymore. Okay? Another one is unfinished tasks. So in my planning series, I go over something called DEAR, Delegate, Execute, Automate, and Recycle. Okay? And when we use this system, which you could go out to my website and download DEAR off my website, and I'm going to put that in, the comments here. It's powerful-purpose.com/resources. If you go out there, you could download what DEAR is all about and how you could utilize it with your tasks, okay? Because when we have unfinished tasks, the focus keeps on going back to those unfinished tasks. And then we lose the energy because we keep on going back. So if there's something that you continually looking at on a daily basis, but you're not getting it done, schedule the time to get it done. Because once it's done and gone, the energy level that will come out of it and how much more excited and focused you will be on the next thing. Or maybe the next thing is that you're able to sit and watch a movie now that it's done. So unfinished tasks, let's get that taken care of, okay? Trying to please everyone. Trying to please everyone is another time waster. We can't please everybody. Everyone has their own story. They're going to take things the way they can. We could be kind because we need to be kind to ourselves, our brain, and to others. We could definitely be kind to others, but trying to please them, that's a hard order because we're in control of our own happiness, of how we're going to make happiness happen for us. So if we're working with somebody or we have a friend that is consistently in need of making them feel happy, there's nothing wrong with trying to make them happy. But if it's a constant thing and they're not doing anything for themselves, but they're complaining, then the situation needs to be looked at a little differently, okay? So that is another time waster. Oh my goodness. Comparing yourself to others, the compare game. So for years and years, especially in my early 20s or my late 20s, no, probably started when I was a teenager, right? Always comparing myself, my size, the clothes I wore. In my 20s when I got married, it was, oh, they have a big house and we don't, like constantly comparing. Do you compare yourself? And if you do compare yourself, I want you to take a step back and think, how much time am I wasting by comparing myself to others? When we take that time that we might be comparing ourselves to others, and we use it towards help elevating our own life, how much more focused are we going to be on the results that we truly want to get? So comparing ourselves to others, even in business, social media is a great place now that a lot of people are comparing themselves to other people because everybody's life looks fantastic, right? Because we're all going to post what's really good that's going on. And reality is it's not 100% good all the time. So again, owning where you are right now, and if you don't like where you are right now, then taking the time to figure out that self-discovery of who am I and what do I really want. That's a great place to have your time and spend your time on. Repeating the same mistakes over and over again. I wrote this list out so I didn't forget any of these because these are fantastic, right? So repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. So what's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? So if we make a mistake on something, we do it again. Okay, we did it again. One time, fine. Twice, 3 times, shame on you and shame on me if I did it over and over again. So take a step back. See why you're making that mistake. See why you might be going to the same relationships. See why you might be in the same spending habits. See why you might be eating the same type of food or going back after you've lost weight. See why you're showing up in your business or in your career every single day and doing the same thing over and over again and not getting the results that you want. That's all wasted time. So take a step back. Let's look at that. Let's look at the self-discovery around that. That is part of the work that I do that I absolutely love. I love the self-discovery because it is part of my productivity coaching, and it just helps people get to the next level in their business, their careers, or their lives. It's just absolutely wonderful. And the last one is your perception of a situation. Your perception of a situation. Think about that. When you're looking or you're saying to yourself, say you're going on a date and your perception of what that date's supposed to be like, and it totally does not turn out that way. What is the silver lining in that? What is the silver lining in your perception of certain situations? Okay? So today, I just really am energized around this topic of time wasters. 12 things that I went over that truly will stop and suck up time in your day, in your life, right? So I will be posting this out on my YouTube channel. Please feel free to go over there and subscribe so you get notification every single time I put another post or another video out there. And in the meantime, go out to my website, to powerful-purpose.com/resources. Download the resources that I have out there. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And I'm going to end today's planning series with my mug because I did not start with my mug. And my mug today is my California mug from Starbucks that my secret Ohana sent me, my secret pen pal. And I absolutely love the style of their mugs. So until next time, be well, be kind to your brain, be productive, enjoy every part of your life. And God bless. Take care.